There's sometimes we're doing stuff and there's an internal conflict, kind of an imposter syndrome sometimes, and you kind of have to act your way into becoming something at times. But we've talked about this before. I think you said something about there's a conflict between who you believe you are and who you're trying to be, or something like that. What?
Yeah. Well, I think most of us, let's take losing weight, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we went over this a week ago or whatever. The guy and the person goes, well, I'm just going to do this, this, and this. And this is funny. So I'll tell you the story and we'll segue in. We were at the restaurant a couple days ago, and a couple comes in. Now, this couple have been doing, I forgot what it's called, but something where they eat bars and shakes and lose all this weight, right? And I had said during the thing, it's been years ago, John, I said, that's great as a jump start. But if you don't change who you are, then your physiological won't match your psychological. And when these two are in conflict, the subconscious psychological is going to win every time. So here's what I mean by that. You can change the tasks that your hands and your body does without changing the framework and the unconscious mindset by which you got you to these tasks or these habits.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, the habits will come back. And the real who will show up. So, long story made short, I'm sitting in a restaurant, and they come in, we see them, hey, you know how we do it.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And in my head, I'm going, well, you put on about 60 since I've seen you. So what you were before this program, before you changed your tasks to try to change your physiological outlook. You changed your physiology, right?
We did this in the office.
If what you do doesn't match who you are, let's just put inside, right? So this is the task master. So let's call this the task master, right? The task master says, eat differently. Okay? The person, which I call see if I can spell this right, John. The unconscious mind or the subconscious mind, the who inside, he doesn't say anything at all to you. He just goes, okay, well, you're going to change your tasks and you're going to eat different, and it's going to cause your physiological to reform, right? Your physical body to reform. But if you don't fix this unconscious mind inside, then you could lose 100 pounds. But there's still a mind inside that is plus 100.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, when you look in the mirror, you're going to see this person that's 100 pounds heavier.
Looking back at you. Yeah.
Because what you believe about you is represented on the inside, not the outside. So I can change my tasks and I can do things differently, but it doesn't create lasting impressions and lasting change in me. So that sooner or later, I'm looking in the mirror, right? I got this dude inside that's looking in the mirror. He's looking in the mirror, John, and he sees this dude, right? There's his arms, and there's his legs. He sees this dude right here with the big belly. Because that's what, and what happens is, now watch this, right? Let me go back. What happens is we change our tasks without changing what we believe about ourselves to be true. And sooner or later, what you see on the outside will always reflect what you believe to be true on the inside. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or indifferent. Your inside unconsciousness doesn't know the difference between good and bad. It only knows what it knows. It only knows what you program it to know. So, and I watched this person came in, and my mind was going, man, you put on 60 pounds since I've seen you. You look like you did 10 or 15 years ago before you got on this task program to go on a diet. Mm-hmm. You went back to the person that you were before, because inside who you believe yourself to be, you've got to learn to believe that you're 200 pounds and not 260 pounds. You've got to normalize that as who. And then watch. The tasks come after. The diet should come after. I don't have a problem with you booting a program to say, well, this is going to help me, but I'm going to create a lifestyle. I had a family member that did this, and they lost, man, it was about 75 pounds. Yeah, it was probably 70 pounds he lost.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's great, but if you don't create a lifestyle of this, then sooner or later the person that you were before is still in there, and he's going to come out. Why? Because the habits that you were before are still living inside your unconscious mind, and you have to reprogram that. So your who will always outlast your what.
So you said in there, or you wrote on the board, you said your unconscious, subconscious mind. So I think it goes undetected. So
always.
So how do you address that piece if that's the one that's winning, right? And I don't even know it's there. So obviously we talk about the outside hand, that's a piece of it. But you're talking about changing a person that I don't even necessarily know is there.
Yeah, so it's a computer program. So I've got to download software. So I just put more information in what I want to become, so that I can supersede what I've already been. So I'm going to overload information and knowledge and wisdom into my shell of a computer until it outdoes everything that I've done up until this point.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense what I said?
So that sounds like a challenge, because I mean you're having to unpack. So you're having to.
You do have to unpack, right? So let me give you a better instance. So it doesn't feel like we're throwing stones at obese people. I was a big guy in my 20s. And I mean big, like I could bench almost 500 pounds. I'm squatting almost 600 pounds. When I met my wife, I was a big dude, right? My legs were enormous, right? Strongest guy I was strong. I was just a big guy. Back then in my 20s, I could eat anything. I didn't eat pizza 4 or 5 times. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I had so much muscle density, it didn't matter if I ate chocolate cake every meal. I wouldn't gain any weight. I wouldn't gain any fat, right? That's cool in your 20s, but your body changes. So what I've had to do over the decades is I've had to change what I believe to be true about what it took to be me. I'll take it down through there. So in my 30s, there was a shift. And I didn't let my ego, as this big bodybuilder, I didn't let that go. And so I went on this downward spiral, not a spiral, but a downward slide of my body was going the other way, and I couldn't catch it, right? So then in my 40s, I recognized I've created a deficit. I'm looking chunky. I'm still the same weight. Now watch, I'm still the same weight. I still weigh 220 pounds, but I don't have the same muscle density. So by the time I get in my 40s, my 30s had derailed me, and now I've got fat where I didn't used to have fat, because I kept eating in my 30s like I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the density to eat it up. So then in my 40s, I had to go, okay, I'm not that guy. And I had to take my egotistical ways and put them to bed. I'm not that guy, can't eat like I'm 20. Sure enough, can't lift like I'm 25 anymore and work out like that. I got to make a shift. And so in the last 15 years of my life, I've been pulling it back. And things are just different. Now, if I keep going and eating as if I'm 25 and keep trying to work out, there's a couple of things that are going to happen. Number one, my body doesn't match what I believe to be true about me, and it's going to tell on me. So you're going to get hurt, right? Cholesterol's going to be up, yada, 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 yada. I had to adjust because I had to look into the mirror and go, you are not that guy anymore. You got to let Big D die. He got to go to bed, right? And if you don't, you're going to go to a serious bed.
You're going to go to a grave.
Right. So I had to let him die, and I had to do that over a period of time, right? There was a time in my life where I remember a buddy of mine saying, hey, man, this supplement right here make you strong as a bull again. And I had to go, I don't need to be strong. It's bad for my soul.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because that would be tempting.
Right. So, yeah, because I was always a strong guy. So if you make me strong again, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to wake up Big D again. I'm going to eat bad again or overeat because that dude could eat anything. So then that's a detriment to me. So I got, no, I'm burying this guy. And that's a proceeding death. Right? And that's how you got to do it.
Well, I was specifically on that. I don't know what you were studying and reading back then. I know a lot now. We talk about stuff like longevity,
right,
and health,
right,
and dialing in your blood work and all that. So it's a different conversation altogether. So I'm assuming your reading and your interests and all of that shifted to a line from.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're doing weightlifting magazines and stuff like that back
well,
then.
not just that. I mean, you were just, well, there wasn't, I mean, we didn't have all these things. We didn't have TikTok back then, right? So we didn't learn as much as we could back then. But I was learning from the big people around me. It was the community that I functioned in.
Yeah.
So if you're a heroin addict, I'm not going to get you off that pattern while you're hanging out at the heroin house. It's not going to be a forcible habit. So you can't task yourself or discipline yourself through it. You have to take the little increments of discipline. And that's what I've done over the last probably 10 or 12, 15 years, is I just incrementally disciplined myself and said, you can't do that. Like, here's a supplement going to make you strong again, Big D. You'll be able to squat 600 pounds. Now, I'm good, Chief. Y'all go ahead. Because if I do that, that's going to wake up the thing in me that I know I am not, and I need him to die, and I need him to stay in the grave, right? So that's what Jesus said. If you want to continue to follow me, take up your cross every day. Die to the person that you were. So it doesn't matter what this is. All I'm really saying is that task orientation is not going to change who. The subconscious will stay the same until you go towards the subconscious. So you ask me how I do it. I just overload my subconscious mind with information and wisdom and knowledge about the who I want to become. That's it. About the guy that I want to become, right? So I start studying instead of, how to bench 500 pounds, I start studying how to live to be 150.
Yeah.
What do these cholesterol numbers actually mean, right? Now, me and my buddy who's a PA, we go at it when it comes to cholesterol because I've done deep dives on cholesterol. What it is, what it's not, why does it matter, how can it help, how can it hurt? So I've just overdone, because if you tell me enough, if I tell myself enough, eating cheeseburgers every day is not, it may be good for Phil or Susie, but for me, it causes my bad cholesterol to rise. And if you want to do what you're studying and have longevity, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it was 6 months ago, 8 months ago. What are you doing? Red meat once a month? Or something?
I was doing the carnivore diet.
No. You were doing a steak a month or something like that.
I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
All I do is steak once a month now, and I love it. Love red meat like nobody on the planet. But I've personally realized who I am. I want to be 150, and I won't make it to 150 if I overdo red meat. I don't know why. It's just my cross, right? Some people can eat it. Ron Phillips, my buddy, can eat red meat every day, and his cholesterol dives. It's just like the weirdest. Maybe it's just, God didn't like me. I don't know. But it is what it is. So for me, All I'm doing is studying longevity on this section of my life. I'm studying longevity so that I can become this person.
Yeah.
And then I start to realize unconsciously, subconsciously, the who that I am. We ate fatback, fried bologna, depending on where you are. You know,
That's some good eating right there.
boy, listen. Fried cornbread fritters. They call it fritters. It's not. It's just fried cornbread. But, you know, you name it. Fat back in the beans, fat back in the collard greens. Man, this thing just keeps going. It's how I was raised. Nothing wrong. I loved that part of me.
Yeah.
Loved that part of me. It's just not going to make me 150. The buffet around the corner that serves country food is not going to help me get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I have to go, I can't do that because I'm not that. Now, here it is. You ready for this? Here's the life hack that changes it all. If you want to become a different person, here's the thing you got to do. Everybody write this down. This is it. Raise your floor. That is it. When you raise the floor and you go, I don't eat McDonald's. I just don't eat McDonald's, period. It's not real food. I don't go there. Well, what if you're starving? I don't drive near McDonald's if I'm starving. Right? I don't.
Yeah.
The guy that's got a sex problem probably shouldn't ride down Bragg Boulevard on the weekend late at night.
Yeah.
Because there's prostitution everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a problem for you, bro. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to change your who, raise your floor. Biggest life hack of the world. It will change who you are unconsciously. When you make a determining factor, I don't eat that. I don't go there. That's just not on my thing, right? It's not on my thing. Like I got a floor, you know this. I don't do coach. I don't fly coach. That's a floor for me. I just don't fly coach. So we got jammed up last week. We were flying again. And something happened. Connie said, I couldn't get you in first class. I was traveling with the girls. I was like, well, you get me in first class, I don't really care where they sit. But my floor is first class, right? Like my next floor is going to be, I only fly private. But for now, it's first class. And she couldn't do it, you know, how late I am getting flights. You know, day of, hey, I'm flying this morning, get me a flight type deal. But anyway, so I flew, and I was miserable, John. And it was, what is it, plus, like Comfort Plus.
Comfort
That's
Plus,
what it was.
yeah.
I'm miserable. And there's a person beside me that's crowding me. That's all I'm going to say. He's crowding me. And I'm miserable, right? Like, bro, get off me. I mean, can you
I would have
slap-
loved to have been on that flight.
Man, listen. And so, but the thing of it is I've raised my floor.
Yeah.
My floor is up there. And I don't know how I got past my floor. And I'm miserable. And this is the key. This is the key. I've changed who I am by raising my floor.
Yeah.
So when I'm past my floor, I'm the most miserable SOB the world has ever seen. I am not a happy camper beneath my floor. I cannot. And so everything in me now is going, this is not who I am. I've passed this stage of life. I can't be here. It doesn't mean I don't love you in Coach Plus or Comfort Plus. It doesn't mean I won't pray for you. It means that my floor is past this. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It doesn't matter if that's food, relationships, religion. It doesn't matter. If you want to change your life, raise your floor. It will do everything. If you go, who I am is not going below this again. That will demand of you, I'm only relating on this level. I'm only reading on this level. I'm only intellectualizing on this level. I'm only, right? Like, I can't go back to first grade. The desks are too small for me, right? That's way below my floor. That's how I've done it. And it's changed me during the process of who I really am. Something happens, right, over the course of these last 15 years by killing my ego and going, we can't lift heavy weights anymore. It's not who you are. You're old. Just be older. Be cool with that. Embrace that part. Now I embrace who I am and go, I don't do that anymore. Hey, man, didn't you used to squat 600 pounds? Yeah, I'm going to stay right here with this 225. You guys go ahead because I'm way too old for that. I don't want to hurt tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not... And if you're a drug addict and you raise your floor, it's not that you can't if you're an alcoholic, you don't want to drink anymore. It's not that you can't have a glass of wine. It's that you raise your floor and you just go, I don't drink that anymore. I don't ingest that anymore. Whatever the case may be, that's how you do it. And in that part of life, it will completely change who you are in time. So that when you go past that, you will recognize I'm not this person anymore, right? I go to my mother's house, the house I grew up in, which we thought was big and all this stuff. And, you know, these people thought we had money in the neighborhood. And now I go back and go, man, I don't know how we lived here. This is horrible
So
right
how
here.
you even fit in that house.
Right. And that's how I've done. So you got to, if you want to get out of the tasks, then you have to become another person. And if you'll reach to become that other person by raising your floor, if you do go back by happen chance or circumstance, it'll make you completely miserable because you go, I don't eat McDonald's anymore.
Yeah.
This is making me nauseated, right? That's the thing. And I don't drink, you know, Schlitz malt liquor bull either, right? I don't drink that anymore. I'll have a great glass of wine with dinner. Some of you church folks don't like that, but I will. So, but I don't drink 40s.
But a great glass of wine.
A great glass.
Not box wine.
Yeah, not Food Line wine. But I don't drink Schlitz malt liquor bull anymore. Yeah. Like I would vomit everywhere if you made me drink a 40. And we used to kill them. Like we would kill them. I don't know. They were cheap back in the day. We get it for like $2 or something. It was cheap. But I couldn't do that. If you paid me $100, I'd vomit everywhere, right? The floor has been raised and things have changed. That's how you become a different person. And you become a different person. Here's one key in becoming the next you. You got to be okay with the people that used to know you not liking who you are. And you got to be okay letting go. And I don't mean dismantling or dismembering people. I mean just letting it go. Letting what we were together go.
Yeah.
To be okay with that. To be okay. It doesn't love. It's not a less of a love. It's just okay, because if not, then you can't become who you're supposed to be. And that was a big piece for me during my journey of the last 30-something odd years, letting contextualized relationships become something different, right? Because you write this down. You can't drag one person to your next person. You can only let it emerge if it's going. We talked about open-ended relationships, and that's what I mean by that. But you won't become who you are, and you won't be able to raise your floor if you demand everybody that loves you and knows you to raise their floor with you. It won't happen. Yeah. So you got to let it be. You got to let the contexture of that relationship become something else, or it won't work for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, hope this has helped, and we've got a lot more. Click the link below, subscribe to the channel, so that you get alerts from all of the podcasts when they come up. And I'm sure if you click that link as well, you'll find out about some events that we've got coming up. We do master classes all of the time. We do deep dives once a quarter, sometimes every other month, to where we have an opportunity to go super deep in a particular subject to help you be your highest and best and achieve the greatness that God has intended for your life. Click link, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.